Hello, YouTube. How's everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Okay, so today is Sunday, and on Sundays, I like to give you an update on the project I'm working out of this book, Head to Toe Winter Knits 100 Quick and Easy Accessories to Knit. So here's the book. Now, I'd gotten this book in a giveaway well before pandemic. I do believe I have seen this on Amazon. Other than that, I don't know where you can get it from. I'm sorry, can't give you more details. Like I said, I won it as a prize. So the current project I am working on is a Graphs Nude. It involves 6 colors. If you guys have been following my channel for a while, you know I started it with 6 colors. 2 of my pastel colors, which was a blue and a green, were very close together in the look, especially when you work them up side by side. And a lot of ends is tied in. But here's what just lost the skein. Here's what the example looks like. Try to give it to you guys a good way without it having too much of a glare. That's not working out too well. Bring it a little bit closer, maybe. There you guys go. You can kind of see it a little better. It's like a brickwork, color work type of item. I'm enjoying it, but I am glad I changed it because originally I tried it kind of the example way they're showing us. And, oh, the back of it looked like a total mess. And a lot of ends, like some of the rows were only 2 rows of color work. And then the next row, you had 2 different, like the rows before and after it, totally different colors. So it was like, that's a lot of ends that I really don't want to deal with. And it was a mess. Now, like I've said in the past, I kind of wish I had some ombre yarn, like the Red Heart ombre. I do not have any of that in my stash. When it was a big thing going around, I didn't jump on board with it. I kind of now wish I had because I do have another project I would like to do with it. So, the little dolphin stitch marker is the end of each segment, and I've done 3 full sets so far. And then the little wooden bead is my progress keeper. Okay, just so you know what the 2 stitch markers are for. And I've got this all twisted. Okay, give me one moment, please. I've got it all twisted up here. Okay. So here is my progress on said item. Like I said, this one is my progress keeper. This one over here is to let me know when each set of the graft ends. Now it is curly on itself, so I may actually have to block an item. Finally, I've never blocked something before in my life, but just to give you an outcome of what it all looks like all the way down. After a while, the pattern does repeat. In the photo, yes, it does bunch up like this, and that's because of carrying the colors of the yarn. So, and all the way to the bottom, and then when I get it done, it will be, at least I gotta block it and then sew the ends together, and it will be done. Now, here's a quick peek of what the back looks like, and much better now that I'm only using the 2 strands of yarn. So there you go. Definitely much better. Like before, like I said, I had a whole bunch of tails hanging, and I really didn't want to deal with that. And I didn't know how else to do it other than carrying those colors up, and I didn't think it would look right. There's the back. As you see, I do have some carrying lines on this side, none on this side, because the yarn always changed on the same end, because it's even rows it changes on. And it always changes when you start a knit round. So there's the progress so far. I'm still liking it. I'm a little chipping at it a little bit at a time. This is just like I like to call them my filler projects. So no big hurry, no time frame. You know, when it gets done, it gets done. Now if you guys want to help me out, you can. Over on my post page, so if you click on my name down below, it will take you to my home page. On my home page, there will be my You can click on to see all my videos, all my lives, my shorts, my playlist. What exactly order they're in, I don't recall. I just know those are options. And then on the far right-hand side, I do know it's post. It used to be called the community tab or something like that, the community. Now it's called post. I don't know why YouTube changed the name of it, but they did. Sorry, I got an eyelash in my eye. It's bothering me. But anyways, on my post, I have this book up with 3 items. And you can vote on A, B, or C as to which item you want to vote. Now, I want to see if there's a way I can actually take a picture of the cover of the books so they're easier to tell which book is which. If you only want to help participate in one of the 2 polls I have up. Again, I still have something in my eye. Oh, I'm so sorry. They say wear glasses, it protects your eyes. No. Wearing glasses, I swear you get more stuff in your eyes than you do if you don't wear glasses. But yeah, I do have a pull up for this book with 3 items. When I finished the last item, I told you which item won, which is the snood I'm currently working on, and I did tell you how I'm doing the poll for the next item. I'm actually going to change that once the next item's picked. Okay? I kind of watched Erin's over at Correcting Kitty. She has similar idea with a book, Fridays with Fred, knitting the official knitting patterns of, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And she does her polls a little differently, and I kind of thought, okay, mine's a little more complicated. Okay, let's try this. So once I have a winner picked from the current poll, what I'm going to do is when I show you this as a finished object, I will announce to you guys the winner of the next poll that is currently up. And then the week after, I'm going to put the next poll up, and I will only run it for 1 week. I think that's what I'm going to change it to. And then if it's a 2-way tie, I'm not involved in the 2-way. Actually, if it's a 2-way tie, I'll probably pick the one that wasn't in the tie. If it by any chance was a 3-way tie, I'll have my husband pick the item. I think that's what I'll do, and I'll only run one. And then once I have the winner, I'll make that item, and then when it's finished, I will then do the next poll. And then the other poll I have up, which is my amigurumis that I'm making, and currently I am working on the owl, and can't wait to get her done. I just have the 2 pieces of the wings to finish and get her all put together, and Luna's going to look awesome. But right now, her poll is up as well, or the poll for that book is up for the next amigurumi to make. And I'm hoping this week she will be done. And if so, I will announce the winner of the next amigurumi you guys picked. And if you guys still want to vote for that one, you can as well. And then once I pick the winner, I will then not put the new poll up until that item's done, and I'll again run it for 1 week, same as I'm going to switch this one to. Run it for 1 week. If it's a 2-way tie, the item that was not involved in the tie is the winner. If it's a 3-way tie, I'll have my husband pick the item. He'll probably just pick the first one out of the 3 options, but whatever. I'm going to sooner or later make everything out of both books. And then once I'm done the make-alongs for Judy Crochet Witch. Nope. I can't remember exactly what one it is. Give me a minute. I gotta look at my list. Judy at Witch Piece Crafts. Sorry about that, Judy. I'm gonna then take that book because it's all the little donut characters, and we don't have the new book out yet. It was supposed to be out today, and I haven't seen it pop up, so I think we're not getting it till tomorrow. Maybe something came up with Judy. I know she participates, I think, in like craft fairs and stuff, so she could have been busy with something like that. But when I'm done all my 12 donuts for Judy's make-along, I'm going to then put that book. I'll probably put it aside, and then once my amigurumi book is done, I'm going to swap it out for the rest of the donuts and kind of run it the same. Like I've been check marking the ones I've made already off. And then that book will also then become a part of a voting items. And that book I'll work through obviously quicker just because the donuts are much smaller. Who knows, maybe I'll do, I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll switch back and forth between the two books. Not quite sure yet. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. I'm sorry about that. So anyways, yeah, that's my head to toe object. A little bit at a time. Like I said, my filler projects aren't as important as my time sensitive projects. And right now I've only got one more time sensitive project to make. Washi. Little story here. I still have one more donut to make from Judy's, but until the book's released, I don't know what it's going to be yet. And those projects work out really quickly for me. And then Crafting Kitty Creator Spotlight, I have one more item to make. And spoiler, especially if you didn't see my video the other day, I gotta start a new top. And I finished by the top, you'll see it hopefully Tuesday. And I looked at our Creator Spotlight for this month. I do believe it's this month's Creator Spotlight. Yeah, it's gotta be because I've only got 2 items so far made from that person. And I try to enter 3 every time. So I kind of looked and found another top by her. Because I was him and Honk, I did take out a pattern of a top I wanted to make. And I got looking at our Creator Spotlight and I found a top that looks pretty simple from her as well. It's just the yarn I'm not sure about. And I'm kind of afraid to start the top and then run out of yarn. And it's a bit of a fuzzy yarn. And it would not be fun to rip out. But I'm thinking I'm going to start my top Tuesdays. Even if I make it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You guys have to wait till Tuesday to find out what I decide to do. Because at the moment, that's the only yarn I really have available in my collection here that would work for a top. And I'm hemming and hawing if it's actually the right choice. I need to do a little bit of yarn shopping for some yarns that good amounts for A, socks, and B, tops. Because I don't have much for those. Anyways, guys, I've kept you way too long. I am so sorry about that. Hope you guys did have a great weekend, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow for Mandala Monday. I'm actually going to put this project away, even though it's not midnight yet, and get out my blanket and get at least a few rounds, try to put on it between today and sometime tomorrow. Good night, everybody, and we'll talk soon.